Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please try to practice as much as you can, as long as needed, before you start trading the future. There is a high risk, and maybe it's not suitable for every trader. Normally, we start around 10 o'clock Eastern Time, but we started just getting signals, and we have the YM has not got signal. So we will be covering three different automated trade. Actually, four. We have the new auto trade. We need to cover it as well. So normally we start every day around 10 o'clock, but if I have time, I start a bit earlier so we can see some of the signals if come out some new signals. The market analyzer here is giving you the new signals, and this one here has a three different automated trade that have an ATM strategy, and a fully automated trade. And the market analyzer with the blue charts are all connected together, and this is one type of an automated trading. On the Ninja Trader 8, the controller here is the swing trading, which we will be covering the swing trading. And because we don't have that much space, but we will be also covering the scalpers, and then we will be covering also today the new auto trade we have not released yet. So we'll start in 15 minutes. Keep your eye on the new signals here. We still have the YM has not got a new signal yet, so we should get a new signal very soon on the YM. Then you can see the entry price at the target, and also the ES. Now we just took a trade on the ES, but we still on the same entry point. The reason is, I don't know if you can see that from your screen, but there is a double resistance line here. Those are your zones. And this is what struggling the market right now is those double resistance line is the ES is struggling. But it seems like we are going into the right direction. So it's not too late to take that trade, and it's not too late to take that trade. And we are coming into the new signal. We have not got the new signal on the YM, so we should receive a new signal on the YM, and you can see where is the entry and where is the target for that entry is all right in front of you. We have nothing to do with that. I'll stay quiet for a few minutes. I need to sort out my problems and set up everything, and then we will be covering everything at 10 o'clock. Thank you. The market is just open, and it seems like this market turning around. The CL Nasdaq, the CL is okay, but we are going through changes direction on the Nasdaq, ES, and Dow Jones. So please be careful till we get the new signal, and then we will be we will be letting you know what's going on. As a matter of fact, on the swing trading, we still, as you see from the controller on the YM, we still on the short on the YM. We had one losing trade on the YM, and we got this trade. The Nasdaq ES, they are practically finished. The DAX today was troubling, and if we wanted to look at the 1 minute on the CL, it is on the same direction, the CL as the signals. We are on the long trade on the CL, but the ES has, what is the ES? I will cover. No, the ES actually has not closed position yet, and just have a losing trade. The ES, it was going on the same direction. Actually, the ES was hammered on the swing trading because the changed direction, and this is a struggling. Every time the market turn around, and then look, the ES is a struggling. We have a new signal on the Nasdaq. I'm sorry, guys. I don't use the sound. There is a sound, but I don't use the sound all day long. So we have a new entry on the Nasdaq. It is short trade 707 7037, target 6982. So this is the Nasdaq trade. Where is okay? Here is the Nasdaq. Okay, wow, it's turning around again. So for the ones, if you want to take the Nasdaq right now, this market is really going up and down. Cannot find direction. The best offer is to go ahead and put a short trade, a limited trade, a short trade at 703125, or you can put it at 32. Put it at 33 level, even a limited order short at 33 level. This market is really turning around. Let me see the news. What's going on? Everything in this market is pointing down. This is the trading panel, have 300 indicators almost, and all those signals from 1 minute, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, all of them, the sellers over the buyers on the ES. So we're gonna have some a really a very very strong direction on the sell side today. Okay, there we go. If you have not been, oh man, this CL got hammered. Let me see. We're about to have a new signal, probably on the ES. Be careful. The Nasdaq, as we said, put it at 33 level, and it seems like it's gonna go all the way down with that one. So, and there is nothing holding this Nasdaq, folks. If you are on that trade, just keep your hands close to the mouse today. This, this, there we go. Look at the ES is about to give you new signal. This is there is a lot of sell off on an ES. Be careful, there is a new signal should be coming in very soon. This is a very strong, wow. Oh boy, a lot of sell off. Okay, we're about to have a new signal on the ES. The Nasdaq is there is just a little bumper for the ones are into this trade. There is a little bumper at 2650, and we're gonna get over it because now very soon we're gonna have the signal on the ES, and that is gonna make a difference. Just it's a matter of seconds before we have the signal on the ES. Just wait. There we go. There we go. We have a new signal on the ES. Is 44.25. The entry price target is 27.3275. The YM is already in the sale, and there is a lot of sale coming in on the ES. $580 on that trade. For the ones are following this trade on a, please follow us on a sim. We're not responsible for your live trade, please. You're gonna have a little bumper at 7012 on the Nasdaq. The ES, there is a one small support line at 4250. Once we cross it, we are straight down to the target. So you gotta be patient with the ES a little bit, and once we cross that line, folks, there is a lot of sellers and is blinking like a Christmas tree. There is a lot of sellers in here on the ES. So we need to cross that. You see, those are, I mean, I don't I don't see anyone really trade without the zones that we have. And you can see how accurate they are when you are taking a trade. You know immediately where you're gonna have a problem, and this is where is the problem right now. We have the support line at 4250. Once we cross this 4250, there is a lot of sellers. We are about to cross it. We are going to be going all the way down. Here is the problem. Your problem with the Nasdaq right now, 1125, and then we have 05. Keep your eye on the 11. They all look, there is a sellers now. We are trying to break that area. This has an impact, direct impact on your trade on the Nasdaq. There we go. It's gonna go down. It's finished. It's over. There we go. We're going down on that $1,000 trade on a Nasdaq, and this ES is still struggling on that number here, and it's gonna be going down. It's just look at this. This has gonna be impact on your Nasdaq immediately. You see where's the Nasdaq holding? Your Nasdaq holding at 11, right at the line. You see that because of the ES, and the ES is pulling back, but the trend is down. The trend is down. The sellers are way over the buyers. So there is a little pullback here. It's gonna go back retesting that number again, folks. The ES. We are retesting again the 4250, and the Nasdaq is getting straight impact on that. Straight impact on the ES. So now, without a doubt, the ES is a trend down. So let's see. There we go. This is gonna generate all the way down to your trade, and it's gonna uh, hit your target right on the spot at 69.82. So there we go. We are going down. We're going down on those. If you look at your trading panel, there is a lot of sales. Each one of those time frame has 10 indicators, and each 10 indicators, this one 2 minutes has 10 indicators, and the 3 minutes has 10 indicators. Then they are combined 30 indicators to plot one signal for you. So there is 30 indicators, 1 and 2 and 3 minutes plotting the red, and then you have 1 and 3 and 5 plotting the red. Plus you have the 1 and 3 and 10 minutes plotting the red, and the 3, 5, 10, 30 trade indicators plotting the red, and then 5, 10, 15 is in red. Plus you have the sellers over the buyers with the 6 different time frame is telling you the sellers are way over the buyers. So this is where right now we're having the problem at 42.50, and this is having a straight impact on the Nasdaq, and they're all related, folks. They're all related. So um, so now we are just trying to. There is a pullback, and but absolutely today the direction is down. Absolutely. With my voice, well, sir, nothing but I'm beat. We've been what's wrong with my microphone? Okay, I don't know. Is it better right now, Hayden? Is the microphone better? If it's any of my traders, would you please give me feedback on the Skype if there is a problem with the sound? Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. My voice are gone. It's gone, but I'm so glad it's a Friday today. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, they're all okay. Thank you, sir. So, guys, on the Nasdaq, you are aware where I called a trade for you, and right now, once we break this, here is the problem, especially for the guys are auto trading. It is nice to just get away with the auto trade and all this, but let me explain to you what's going on in any kind of auto trade you are trading right now. Without a doubt, look, now we are start getting weakness on the ES. Minutes ago, we had a very strong trend, and if you notice, the sellers that were over the buyers, and now it is like wishy-washy. Take your coin and flip it. It is your best offer. So this is where a little volatility comes into the market, and now look, start getting momentum again. And if we look, it is very important for, especially for those guys. They say, "I only trade Nasdaq. I only trade YM. I only trade CL." I don't know. Trader is a trader, whether you are dealing with coffee, beans, lemon. Trader is a trader. I don't understand that language. I only trade that or this. Once you are trading one of those three animals, ES, YM, and Nasdaq, there are three different individual instruments, but there have a very straight impact on each other. And the only time you can see what's going on by identify, as an example, right now, if we look, there is a lot of buyers coming in. This market is playing as yo-yo today. And now, if we look at this ES, there is a huge resistance line at 47.75. This is going to be a problem for this ES to cross that. And for the last few years, the Nasdaq has become his own brain. I mean, he can go by himself. But nevertheless, before, it used to be many years ago, the Nasdaq follow the ES blindly, and the YM follow the ES blind. The Nasdaq for the last 5, 6, 7 years has become a little bit independent instruments by itself. Is not really affected that much on the ES, but still we cannot ignore the best signal in the house is the ES, whether you are trading Nasdaq or Dow Jones. It is the best signal in the house, or is this the best signal when you are having, especially our traders, when you have the trading panel? It is the same trading panel. You have it right there on the NT8. This one here is an NT7. I still like the NT7, but you have the same thing, and I will make a trading panel for NT8. But I still like the NT7 trading panel. I find it is much more accurate. Still, there is still NT7. A lot of beef in it. It's an old platform. It's not a young platform. There is still a lot of quality on the NT7, and probably I will be the last one leave NT7 until that Ninja Trader says we no longer support it. Then probably, but as long as the NT7 exists, I'm not gonna get away. The newbies, all of them like Ninja Trader 8. That's very fine. It's a beautiful platform, but nevertheless, it is a young platform. The NT7, during those years, all those bugs has been ironed, and there is still a lot of stability on the NT7, and I like the NT7. And I still see different performance on the auto trades between an NT7 and an NT8. So, as expected here, the ES, there is a pullback and nothing happened, and we know that because there is not enough momentum to drive this market, and now it's gonna break it. But what I want to know let you know with those Nasdaq or YM trader, once the ES come into major area like that area here, the 4775, Nasdaq stops, YM stops. So if you are looking at the Nasdaq chart and you don't understand why this market on the Nasdaq going back and forth between support and resistance, we say called caught in the channel, or you can say got caught between support and resistance. Call it whatever you want it, but this one here is waiting on that ES right there. So if you are trading the Nasdaq and you're not looking at the ES chart, you are in trouble because you don't know what you're doing here. So even if you are trading the DAX, in the morning, you will find out the ES can give you where the DAX is in Deutschland and the US have the ES, but they are still connected with each other. And you can predict the DAX from that trading panel, folks. I will never trade the DAX in the morning if I don't have this trading panel and the fibs on the ES, because have a direct impact. The ES is something you cannot ignore, even if you don't want to trade the ES. Becoming institutionals, yes, I agree with you, becoming institutional things, but you cannot ignore the ES. Still is the 500 companies generate this ES. So right now, you can see how the impact between the ES and the NASDAQ, and you cannot ignore it. And the same story right now, if we take the swing trading on the YM, there is a pullback. Yes, there is a pullback, and there is a short trade. It is a perfect entry and all this, but If we notice also, the YM did not go anywhere. And this area here on the YM is the result of the ES. For our traders, the one have the zones, put the put your zones on your swing trading, because you can see a lot more. I don't want you to put indicators, but you can put your zones in there, and that can make a decision for you where to maximize your trade, and when you can, even if you are an auto trading, you can. There is a big difference between getting out of that trade with 100 or 200 or 300 or $1,000. As an example, right now, look, where is this ES here? It went back right to the resistance line. If you go back on this video minutes ago, because I'm not that kind of guy like what you have been experiencing in those trading rooms. I have said that half an hour ago or 10 minutes ago. No, you can go back for every word I said on the video, and the video is there on the YouTube. So there is no hula bula in here, and there is no junk talk. When we took this NASDAQ, you can go back on this video. When we took this NASDAQ, the first things we said to you, be careful on the 1125. If you go back on this video, and on this area here around 1125, you had $1,000 in a trade, and you could have closed it and a close for today. For being a blind and not looking at those less than $30 a month zones, you have lost $800 on that trade. You could have exit when you saw, even it is an auto trading. All of it is auto trading here. But also God gave us a brain to see, you know what, there is $1,000 on that trade or $800 on that trade. I'm getting the hell out of here. So God gave us the brain to say, okay, we have a problem here. Houston, we have a problem here. So this is a difference between two traders are using the same auto trade, and one guy can spot this line, and one guy cannot spot this line. And there can be one of them getting out with a trailing stop, maybe 200, depends on his trailing stop, or if he's using a fully automated to trade. The fully automated to trade is going to exit right there. Period. It's finished. On the fully automated to trade, it's going to enter here, it's going to exit here. Finished. On this one here, when you are using the ATM, you can go ahead and cover some of those trades and take maybe one out here and leave one out +1, so you can manage those trades much better, and you can maximize your trade much better than leaving it alone. So even for those guys are using the swing trading, I strongly advise you to go ahead and if you have those fibs, put them on your swing trading, because you know what? When we are in a trade, when you put them on a fib, when you put your zones in here, you see this ES is struggling. What it takes you 1 second, close position is right there. We made the buttons for you. Close position. When you see something you are very interested in and you're not going to trade anymore, close position. If I see 1,800, 300, whatever it makes you, whatever it takes you for today, and you say, I'm done for today, I'm not going to go back to trade, then close your computer and get a life, and get it over with, because this is very important to God gave us the brain to also evaluate what's going on. We cannot just fly an airplane, put it on an autopilot, and close our eyes and hoping everything is going to be okay. Which one of you will go on an airplane there is no pilot? in the cockpit. Seriously, honestly, think about it. Right now with this technology, I mean, I was an airline employee. Tell me which guy with a right brain will go on an airplane with no pilot in it, even though it has autopilot. So the autopilot is okay in the trade-in, but also management, it is more important than the auto trade. It is much more important. Today, I wanna cover some of the stuff on the new auto trade we have not released yet. Um, um, and there we go. There is a lot of, now we have broke that area. Can you see that area here? We have broke it, and that has become the support line at 7004 is become irrelevant, because now if this bar closed below, there we go, there is a lot of sellers, so we are good, and this one here become irrelevant. And there we go. Once we break that area here, which we are going to break it, here is your target. Your target is right between those two yellow lines. Those two yellow lines, that mean there is no more short trades, folks. There is no more short trades. And then it's right between those two lines. So target achieved at 6982. And thank you very much. Merry Christmas and have a nice day. That's it. So there is no going back to trading today once you hit this target. On the ES story, we have already a problem at 2734. So if you are on that trade, try to take it a notch and call it off at 2735.25, because it's a Friday today. It's a different attitude. There we go. We have a pullback again. This guy is driving us crazy. It's going on a pullback, but this is put your target at 2735.25 and call it off for the ES today. A little pullback, and then it's going to drop. Pullback is going to drop, but at the end your destination is 2735. However, if you have two contracts in there, take the first contract in here, take the first contract at 2735.25, and take your second one somewhere around there. We will approach that last trade when we get there, but the probability on your second contract is 2728. So let's see how this market gonna fall on. And if we look at this trading panel, the trading panel is showing us there is a lot of potential to the downside. For the CL, we are okay with the CL. If you are a CL trader and you're still on that trade, you're going to have a problem at 63.79. If you are on that entry signal, exit on that trade and call it off at 63.79. This is a very, very, this is the true average price, and the probability that, let's see, 63.79. Look how this market is shining away from the 63.79. Look at it. $63.79. Let's see what will happen. Right to the take, 63.79. You can see where is this bar got into the CL. 63.79. Exactly. Is this a magic or is it true? 63.79. Bang. Pull back, and it's gonna, the CL going back to try one more time on the 63.79. Those information, whether you are auto trading or not, those are very important information, because this is a difference between maximize your profit or you're gonna get beat and you're gonna lose. and it is right on the tick 63.79. Thank you very much. And this is a CL. It's not some kind of peso. This is a real CL. Today I want to cover, no, let's wait till those are finished, and then I want to cover the new auto trade. We still are using the auto trades without any filters. We probably get those filters today, and we are still on the testing it. And today I want to show you some of the performance on the. We have now a trade on the ES. Let's see, YM. We have a trade on the YM. I mean, it is a very stable NASDAQ. We have a trade on the NASDAQ, $500, $600. CL, we have a trade on the CL. And the DAX, we are also a trade on the DAX. This is the new auto trade we have not released yet. And I will be covering it once we are done with this trade here and call it off for. So again, folks, if we notice, exactly to the tick at 63.79, we have a sellers coming out. This is very nice. If you are on a 2 contract on the ES, please take this ES. The first contract, take it right here at 27.35. Take your first contract at 27.35, and then we will deal. Look at this. Take your first contract at 26.35, and if you are on 2 contracts, and leave the second one, because there is a good potential is going retract that ES once we hit this target here. So be careful on the ES. Don't get greedy. This is a very nice trade. There is $1,000 trade. Take the first contract here. On the NASDAQ, you need to close. If you are still on this NASDAQ, we are in a very critical area. When you see those 2 yellow lines, that means there is no more short trades, folks. It's not overbought, oversold. I don't like overbought, oversold. But this is a critical area. So if you are not in a trade in the NASDAQ, you should not be taking any more short trades on the NASDAQ. And your final destination on this one here, it is 69.73.75. Look at this one, folks. On the ES, exactly to the tick, to the target, and it is done. This is your first target. That's why you need to get it out right here. Right here, folks. Look. Now, look at this. On the ES, we have the reversal R6. It reversed right at the target. We know what's going on. We are always, we cannot be 24/7, always one step ahead from the market. But we are 8 out of 10 knowing what's going on in the market. And that it is, if you don't know what you're doing in the market, this is a disaster. And if you want to auto trade and you don't know anything about this market, this is more disaster. Because auto trading, let me put it for you guys nicely and politely. In auto trade, it's like a piece of cucumber. One day in your hand, one day is somewhere else. You know, I mean, I'm trying to put it politely. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to bump into a lot of problems in the future trading. As honest as it could be with it. It's not to just turning on the auto trade and go hide your head under a pillow and everything is going to be fine. No, sir. This one here, you need to treat it like any other job you have. You need to be aware what's going on. We don't want to put you in a room for 1 year, teach you price action. Fuck that. We fell. 8 years in the room, we fell. We tried to teach those guys and we fell. They sat down reading a Playboy magazine and waiting on us to call a trade. They were not interested in it. but at least you have to know the basic. You have to know what is the limitation for today. Where is this market is struggling? Where is this market is having a problem? Is any chop in the market? Should I trade? Should I stay on the side? You need to do that. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere. You're always going to be pinpoint about your system didn't make money. The system has 50% impact on if you have a good system or a bad system. Of course, there is a lot of bad systems out there, but also for the guy is behind the driving wheel, how he is driving this system. Also, there is a big impact. Of course, there is systems are useless. There is systems no use to sit down and trade with it. But when we provide everything in here, right in front of you, day and night, trying to analyze this market, you cannot avoid that, folks. And not too many people can come in live every day showing the system life. They cannot do that. They sit in the corners like dogs and they come out at night like a Dracula after the fact. And then they go give you pre-made video. And then they forget to show you all the bad charts they couldn't make it today. Not too many people can come in doing the trading hours and lay 1 minute chart and say it the way it is. Nobody can do that. Very rare you will see that. They all sit down right now in the corner like a dogs. Wait until the market is done so they can make a pre-video. And then they come out and Dracula, like a Dracula at night, sucking the bloods. That's it. But this is the reality, is right here, right in front of you. We are trying to explain to you how this market is. It is. If you don't understand the basic, the structure in the market, you're not going to make it in this business. And we can say that because we are not, we are very comfortable with ourselves. We can say that. We can show bad trades. We can show good trades. We can, 2 days ago, my DAX ate banana. I said, my DAX ate banana today. Didn't make it. Lost money. If anyone have a system can make money 24/7, there is something wrong with that system. It's very simple, folks. There is something wrong with that system. There is nothing called 24/7. Now we are hitting the first target, and right now we will see the ES is finished, folks. The ES is finished. It's right there. And look, where we said the NASDAQ is finished, the NASDAQ also. So this is a $2,000 on the... thank you, Jose. Jose said banana is a good fruit, coach. Okay, whatever makes you happy, Jose. This is the new auto trade. On this DAX is a $3,000. This one here, also Jose is eating banana right now on the CL. On the NASDAQ, $1,000. On the YM, it is $800, $900. And the ES is $1,000. Once we are done with this, we're going to go and look at the performance today on the auto trade, the new auto trade. We're still using the auto trade without the filters today. And please, to our members on Monday, it's very important to show up on Monday. We're going to be covering, last week we couldn't cover that much, but this week we have to cover a lot this Monday. And please try to make it. It is very important to come in on Monday. To members only, please. As we see now, we are finished with the ES. And it is the NASDAQ, we are finished. So if any of you in this trades try to find an exit and call it off for today and enjoy the weekends and do not trade for the rest of the day, because there is more potential you're going to give up all your trades. If we wanted to look at the YM, and the YM has made a lot today. Based on the last entry on the YM, we have 256.27, target 25354, made 317 ticks. We have NASDAQ made 217 ticks, and we have the ES made 50 ticks. It's finished. It's over. The CL is struggling. Man, there is a lot of sales on the NASDAQ. There is a new signal coming out on the there's a new signal coming out on the CL, folks. We're gonna have a wild ride on the CL next week. New contract on the CL. A new contract on the new signal. I'm sorry, new contract. New signal. It is a sell entry at 63.29, target 62.82 on the new CL entry. If you have not entered the CL, let me. If you have not, look at this. The minute ago, if you have not entered the CL, try to put it at 63.26 sell order. 63.26 sell order. There is nothing holding that ES, and Jesus, I'm gonna take it a little bit down, but there is nothing holding that ES. For the CL, try to take a short, limited order on a SIM, please. We're not allowed to call a live trade for you. 63.25, limited order sell at 63.25. Destination, final destination 63.07. There we go, folks. It's finished. Right there. Right there. 63.07. This is it. I'm gonna be taking. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Pleasure. I'm so glad you're happy with us. Guys, the CL is 63.07. There is nothing. The NASDAQ is finished. The ES is finished. After the break, I'm gonna go for a cup of coffee. We will be examining the new auto trade performance. And the CL story, I don't know why today the CL is really driving us crazy, but there is a projection at 63.37 right there. I doubt it. If it's going to break it, then another things to our traders, once you have the reversal here, look, we are in this critical area, the yellow, you know. The yellow is on the NASDAQ, Dow Jones, ES, CL, all of them. If we notice when we come into this critical area, once this market gets into those yellow lines, is over. You know, this is where you need to exit, folks. And maybe gonna go back and forth. Maybe it's gonna go one bar below, one bar above. I mean, this is noises in the market. We cannot predict noises, but the reality is very strict. Once we enter those yellow lines, we hit the target in between those yellow lines as well. Plus, we have a reversal, and those are not repaint reversal. This is more than indication to tell you whether you are auto trading or not auto trading. This is the time to run. Run as fast as you can. This is the place where we need to exit. You cannot avoid it. The greed, don't let the greed eat you. If you make 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, that's very good. Exit. As long as you're not going back to trade after 5 minutes. If you see $50 is good enough for you, take it and run. If you see $1,000 good enough for you today, take it and run. But do not stay trading all day long. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. After the break, I'm gonna go get fresh coffee. We're gonna examine the performance on this new auto trade and filtered, and probably next week we will be covering it here live with filtered, and we will be tested with filtered. If we like it, then we are going to everything okay. There is we will be testing it live as well, and if we like it, then we are releasing it. And at this time, I will not rush with anything fast. And then later on find out there is a bug, and then it's gonna no, we want to make sure it's 100% bug free. Is handling the way it's supposed to be in the live market. Everything is okay. On the previous auto trades, we have put limited order on the high, the low, the bars, on the stop, the bars, and all this. This time we kept it so simple. It is a very simple entry. We did not complicate the entry. All those auto trades right now is on a very simple market order. It doesn't deal with the high and the low, stop, close, bars, and all this complicated things. So it is based on a very straightforward market order, because the whole aim with that auto trade to avoid volatility and not to make it very advanced like the swing trading or the scalping, where people can get lost in it sometimes. We made it a friendly use, but still people can get lost in it. So as an expected on the CL, we know there is a projection at 63.37. And if you notice here, how this market came in right between those two yellow lines, reversal, target, and we knew it was over 5-10 minutes before. So what we have got here is nothing really, it's noises. This one here is nothing, noises. And now we are pulling back. Where is this pulling back is to the 96.75. If this market break the 99.50, that means the party is over. Now the NASDAQ is climbing to this number. For the ones that like to scalp the market, this is a very good potential to scalp the market and take a short trade on 60, on 96, and you have to be very fast with it, because this is where most likely the Nasdaq is gonna go back, retest this level, and go back, and God knows, trying to retest those levels here again. So right now our problem is 95 level. This is a short entry. There is no long in here. On the ES, there is a huge resistance line, and if you want to take any short trade on the pullback re-entry is 3250, gentlemen. 3250, because you have a very good resistance to lean on, and you can put your stop loss above those two lines here, you know. So now the CL is finally given in, and your final destination is right in front of you, and I left it on purpose, marketing it for you, and 6307, and this is your final destination on the CL. Nonetheless, if there is a sellers coming in, and they're going to try to bang on that market all the way down to the 6280, or it could be later on we'll hit 6280. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but right now what I see is what I'm looking at. Right now what I see, the CL is hitting 6307, and then it's going to kick back from those numbers here. And let's watch it, folks. The thing is, we need to predict the market, not following the market. I don't want to follow the market now here. I want to predict it, where it's going and where it's going to be projected from. I need to predict what is the CL is going to be and where it's going to be projecting from. And the same story right now, the ES died on us. There we go. Now, any trader come in, don't know what's going on, and he's trying to trade right now on the ES. Your best offer is to take a coin out of your hand and try to flip it, because right now there is nothing in here. Either it's short here or there is nothing. Either it's short here or there is nothing. Either it's short here or nothing, you know. And now we are going straight to the 6307. I'm going to stay on that trade, and let's look at it. The YM on the swing trading is still the same. It still has not a closed position, actually. We are still on 2600. And we have on the swing trading the ES. On 16, this is the swing trading, folks. So, okay. Watch the NASDAQ, folks. Here is your magic key. 9275. Watch this number. Watch this number, folks. On the ES, watch this number. 3250. Look at this. Don't let it fool you that ES is a pullback re-entry. Don't let it fool you, this guy. Don't let him. Look at this. This is where the traders start getting lost. Oh, God, I'm going to be missing a trade. Yeah, you're right. You're going to miss a trade. Look. Came in exactly to the true average price right there. Now it's 92.75, followed by a resistance. Look at this. Like a clock. Look at this. Look at this. Is it magic? Okay. The CL didn't even hit this one here. Okay. Those poor guys, by the time they go in, the market pulled back, they knock them out. Look. Everything we say, go back on the video. Everything we say, go back to the video. Everything is recorded. Monday, yes, for all our traders, it's very important to come on Monday. We have a lot to cover on Monday. Okay, we will be covering the new auto trade, and we will be covering the swing trading today. What the swing trading did, and the swing trading today, they are in trouble. The swing trading today, because when the market move a lot, the swing trading require a slow movement in the market, and you can see today when the market moves fast, that it is the worst enemy for scalping. So this is not good for scalping today. So here is the question: when to scalp? Very, very, very good question. Scalping is Monday. Scalping is Friday after 1 o'clock when everybody go home. Scalping is good 2 3 hours before the market is open, or after 10 o'clock when everything is calm. You can scalp the market. Like right now, we have a lot of news coming out. On the CL next week is going to be a lot of volatility on the CL because the sanction against those Iranians is coming on the 4th of November, and it's going to be a lot of volatility in there. And guess what? We will have somebody want to scalp the market on the CL, and you're not going to make it scalping on the CL. You need to use a swing trading because a scalping require slow movement in the market, like 2 3 hours before the market's open. You need to stop the scalpers, and then you need to start the scalping around 10 o'clock, 9:45, 10 o'clock. When things start coming down, you can scalp the market. Well, Globex, you can start scalp the market, but you cannot scalp the market when the market is really trending and is moving fast. Then you're gonna get beat up. For a market, when you start in the morning, is the opposite. When you want to swing the market, like if you want to swing the market, you should swing the market around 9 o'clock. You don't want to swing the market in Globex. You need to start swinging the market around 9 o'clock. This is where the high time in the market, and this is where we don't want to miss the trend. Then you can swing trade the market. Yes, but you're not going to be swing trading the market on Sunday evening going to Monday. You're going to get beat up. You should never use any kind of auto trading from Sunday evening to Monday morning. You should be relaxed with your family because there is no volume. And you should not be auto trading, neither trading on Sunday, church Monday. You wait till Monday. Like if you want to use the scalper, you use on Monday 2 hours, 3 hours before the market's open on Monday, and then you start scalping. But the biggest mistake you do is trying to scalp the market on Sunday evening, or trying to swing the market on Sunday evening, church Monday. I mean, this is a nightmare. Look where is the CL. Look where is this NASDAQ, folks. True average price. We predict that before it happened. Go back to the video and you can see it. You see? So we don't want to follow the market. We want to predict the market. Look where is the CL. I'm waiting on him because I said this is where is the target. What happened on the NASDAQ? Go back to the video, what we said 10 minutes ago. We said this is the entry point, 32.75, and that is most likely the ES is not going to be able to penetrate all those numbers here. Everything we say is right there in front of you. So I'm going to take this 5 minutes break, get fresh coffee, be right back. Thank you. Well, thank you, Vito. Look what happened to the ES, folks. This is a re-entry point. Okay, what happened to the Nasdaq? Nothing. What happened to the ES? Nothing. This is the true average price. This is your trailing stop one, and it come in right into it. The problem is when you are using a MACDs and ATRs and momentums and all this out of date. By the time you go to this area, when we hit the bottom here, by the time you come down to daddy. It's right there, 6307. Yeah, come on, don't be shy. On this one here, by the time the market goes up, this is where most of the traders make mistake, and they think, oh God, I'm gonna be missing a trade, and everybody start jumping on the wagon. They want to buy. There is no buy, there is a sell. And this is where the problem when you are trading, this is where sometimes you don't see where there is a pullback and there is a re-entry, and when the market is changing momentum, and when the never take long, not unless if you want to reverse. We have teach in the previous video how to reverse this market. Is a total different animal of trading, and there is a lot of money in the reversal if you can mastermind this one. But if you are trying to trade with the trend is down, it's not up. So shooting a blind is not really healthy with that. Anyway, while we're waiting here, we are going, this time I want to cover a little bit about this new auto trade we are doing. We've been testing the entry and the exit now for a couple of 3 weeks. And this time we have a plenty, to all our members, we have a plenty auto trades to deal with. We have around 13 auto trades on the Ninja Trader 7. We have 8 or 9 on the, but this is not the things. We are making something for those traders not to dive into volatility. So now we are studying the entry, how is handling. Actually today paid my attention something about the CL. This is what I love about this auto trade, and this is unfiltered yet. Here is a trade and unfiltered yet. So it's a very loose and managed auto trade. And that area here, we ignored. The auto trade ignored. This is what we are aiming on, this auto trade, ignoring volatilities. And this is easy said sometimes than it's done. And this is what we want to approach. This is what we are trying to get that trader, the one don't know how to read the market, using the filter and trying to ignore the volatility in the market, and hopefully he will land safe. So so for those guys, they have an option to use the filter, and then they can be longer on that auto trade than a normal time, because it can handle the volatility or a sideways market or a flat market. Then the auto trade is not taking any trade. once this market move, he might wind up with a couple of 3 trades. It's better for him to land with a couple of 3 trades than to be on a high risk trading. And on this one here, the swing trading, if the market moving, you're gonna be out trading any trader has been behind the computer for 10 years. You will out trade him. You will smoke him out. But if this market, if this auto trade, if this market not moving, you're not gonna be making money. Neither the guy has been trading for 10 years is making money. Very simple. So on that kind of auto trade, you started around 9 o'clock. If this market moving, you're gonna be, it's gonna be like a buffet table or what you can eat for $9.95. If this market is struggling today, you're gonna get your butt kicked on any kind of auto trade. Not just this auto trade or that auto trade. No. It requires movement for an auto trade to make money. So this one here, wow, is beyond my imagination. You know, the market came in exactly to this area and then it dropped. Oh man, this is way beyond my imagination. It hit immediately. Okay, so another things what we can see, let's look and examine the performance. This is without a filter, and if we add in the filter, then we're gonna go live with it probably next week. And if it's everything okay, then we're gonna go ahead and pack it and send it to the customers. If we look in at the performance, this is your performance on that auto trade. A lot of people, they look at the profit factor. Not really. I don't like that. Could be sometimes because that's what they told you. Here is one of the tricks they forget to show you. On this one here, the profit factor is 3.92. It's very high. But they take it a little bit closer so you will not see the rest. Why? I tell you why. Now I'm going to get a lot of love letters on the weekend. I don't care. My most important things in the auto trade is not the profit factor. Could be 1.5 and it's a good auto trade. Most of them, they want to misguide you with a Renko bar because a Renko bar move and they give fake results. What I'm interested in this whole puzzle here is not the profit factor as much I'm interested in the maximum time to recover. On some of the auto trades, especially on the Renko bar, you will find out on your auto trade, it says maximum time recovery 25 days. This is a nightmare. Can you imagine any trader can trade for 25 days without losing any day? So if this market eating banana and there is a lot of volatility you lost today, it takes you 3 days to recover, 2.67. Okay, fair enough. There is some kind of auto trades out there, they fake it with a Renko bar and line break and I don't know, God knows, kinky looking charts. Anyway, they try their best to avoid the 1 minute because the 1 minute can reveal a lot. And they cannot show the 1 minute because shows minus on the 1 minute. They cannot show you the 1 minute. So that's why they refuse to Renko bar and all kind of weird looking chart. On this one here is 2.67 days to recover. Is recoverable. So if we have a bad day today, we can recover on the same week when we are struggling, because any kind of auto trade, it will have a bad day. No matter what we do, no matter what we are going to do, no matter how much we can avoid volatility, it's gonna be a day where it's gonna sink. It's going to be a day where it's going to be a red. There is no such a thing called just green every day. There is none, you know. Look at the ES, keep coming back to the same area and dropping again. Good. So this is a very acceptable, and this is more important than for those guys that sit on the weekend trying to optimize. The recovery days on it, it is very acceptable 2.75 or 2.65 or 2.6, as long as the recovery days are below the 5 is okay. But when you have an auto trade, it's giving you 25 days or 20 days for recovery. That's mean one bad day, it's gonna take you 1 month to recover. 2 bad days, it's gonna take you 2 months to recover, and then during those 2 months, you're gonna have another few days bad. So now we are 1 year to recover. Thank you very much. They forget to show you the recovery time. So that's why you see most of them. God help me this weekend, I'm gonna get a lot of emails. Okay. They show it to you in a smaller, and then they hide with Renko bar line breaks, and I don't know, whatever is this. This one here, between losers and winners, is 11 to 5. Okay. So one of the things we will be covering a lot once we send this one out, I want to educate the traders how to look, where is the high time frame, where is the high time to trade that auto trade, because you cannot just it's not a coffee machine, you just keep turning it on. And we have a new signal on the CL for the guys are following the market. The new signal is buy, okay, 63.17, and a target 63.68. Okay, we'll cover that. So if the analysis here, this is your analysis, and you can see how this auto trade has been doing. And this is a base on a daily. Then we want to break it down to few on the hourly and a half an hour. Then we're gonna go hour of the day, and we can see where is the high time to trade that auto trade, when it is not to trade that auto trade. You can see it all in here. Then we go a little bit, magnify it to half an hour. Every half an hour, now we have a very clean picture where we are. If we notice, this is a very important on the auto trading. If we notice here, this is around 9:30 is actually not good. You see that? At 9:30 it's not good. It's good at 7 o'clock. Hit your target and stop. And actually, your high time here is 10:30. This is very important information. So the 9:30 is not good on the CL, on the ES. So this is something you have to, we want to teach the traders how to look at those small details. And I'm going to go in details how we want to approach this auto trade in an educational manner and educate it. It's not to just turn it on. I will not allow traders to just turn it on. I want him to be educated before he get it in his hands. And those here, all of them based on 2 contracts. If you wanted to look at NASDAQ, if we look at the NASDAQ, on the NASDAQ, this is your daily. I want to go on an hourly. This is a total different animal. If we look on the hourly, let's go a little bit magnify this one here on a half an hour of the day. Also on the half an hour, you have a very good doing the Globex. Then your auto trade starts sinking in around 6 o'clock, start picking up around 7:30 in it, 8 at 8 o'clock, and then it start picking up at 10:30. Let's look at the DAX. On the last trade on the DAX, we have a 3,007, almost 4,000 on the DAX. Let's go on an hourly. Let's go on a half an hour. It's 8 a.m. 10:30 again, 11 o'clock. Wow. Which one we haven't covered? CL. Look at this mess on the CL. Jesus. Okay, the CL is a different story. The CL is non-stop from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So the high hours, really, if you start with the CL at 9 o'clock, this is much more than what we expected. But this is not what I want. I wanted what I have on my mind to be a little bit civilized, to be civilized with it. Because what I want, I want it to be 250 on an ES, one contract. I want it 250 daily target on the YM, and I wanted 250 based on one contract on the NASDAQ. That's what I want. And then during those time, during the week, sometimes you have the ES doesn't work, and you don't. Sometimes you have the NASDAQ uh, don't work. Not on my auto trade or any auto trade. It does not. It's not willing to give money. Like the CL today, it's a yuppie up. It's going up and down like a yo-yo. So it's not really trending. It's trending in a way, and it's not trending like the Nasdaq and the ES. But what I wanted to be civilized for those guys with a small account, I want to teach how to hash this market, and my target on that is one contract, 250 to start with on the ES, 250 on the Nasdaq, 250 on the YM, and hash the market. This is going to be total cost at your broker around 1,500 max. If you are using Ninja Trader, probably you can do it less than 1,000, or 1,000 immersion. So take a plus and minus. One of them is not working today, whether ES or Nasdaq or Dow Jones. Then we still have the other two can nail the 500. And this time I'm not gonna go ahead and send out the auto trades. I wanted to, um, once we are done with the filters and everything, I wanted the traders to understand when and how I can manage before he gets his hands on it. Because the minute he's gonna get his hands on it, he's gonna take off. I'm not gonna hear from him 2 months, and then when he's in trouble, he's gonna come right back at me. So this time we have plenty auto trades to deal with, but this time I want to educate my traders how to manage auto trade. We have cleaned a lot of volatility in there, but it's not to just send it. No, it's not going to be like this. I wanted to go in every Monday, and probably we will be on a YouTube controlling it, educating people with it until everybody gets out. He can trade this auto trade with his eyes closed. That's what I want. So we will not give too much support on it. I don't want to sit down every 5 minutes with a guy and deal with him. So uh, the lack of knowledge on the Ninja Trader has been draining us out. For a guy don't know how to import file, to load in a chart template, to make an ATM, it's been a nightmare. And just because he doesn't want to go and educate himself with Ninja Trader videos, which Ninja Trader have a lot of supports in this matter. Anyway, we are taking our time with it, and we want to educate our customers with it, because they have this habit. When during those years we learned, when an auto trade making money today, like today, or you don't hear a beep, you don't even remember your name. But when this auto trade does not make money, the first things he does, he pick up the phone and call me. So it's always Sam or the auto trade or whoever you bought this auto trade from is his problem. It's not your problem. So this is the habit of a human. So this time we want to educate traders how to be civilized with their target, and how to uh, 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 David, you're talking about the sea scalper. The sea scalper is a very good. I mean, we cannot go ahead and put everything here. I have a guy testing it in Australia. He's been nailing practically, and the guy knowledge with the trading is very limited. He's been nailing every day this his target on the C scalper every single day. He's been nailing. He's been taking five 400, I think, and on the C scalper, and he's been nailing it every single day. He had this is another one from him. Uh, I don't know how much he made out of this one, but it says 400, I think. It is a very stable auto trade, you know. So he had losing a couple days, losing days. This guy Lee from Australia, he had two losing days last week on the C scalper, but then it's been stable non-stop now for 1 week. And he's a new uh, trader, and he's only using the C scalper. He has learned how to manage auto trades from the C scalper. What time is it? It's 11:30. Oh God. Okay. Um, on the swing trading, we still on the straight with the ES, YM, and Nasdaq. I mean, believe me or not, when the market is moving, the swing trading, nobody gonna beat up. Nobody is gonna outtrade you when the market is moving and you are using the swing trading. There is no professional trader is gonna outrun you. I guarantee you that. But I cannot guarantee anything if the market is not moving. I cannot guarantee you that you will be making money. Probably you're not. You're gonna be losing the money. So, or if this market moving, this auto trade is not gonna miss a trade if this market moving. But if it's not moving, you're gonna be like anybody else, not making money. I cannot make the market move for you. So this is something with this auto trade. If this market moving, I promise you, you're gonna be a happy camper. If the market is not moving, probably you will be calling me complaining. That's the way it is. Uh, Actually, guys, there is nothing left. Whoever took those trades, by the way, let's go ahead and cover what's going on with the market analyzer today. Based on the last entry signal, we have 1,049 takes. Total amount based on one contract, the market analyzer is 7,632. ES 100 takes, NASDAQ 319, YM 410, Russell 14, 30-year Treasury bond. Lately, the 30-year Treasury bond is not moving. Gold, one take. Enjoyed this one take. 169 DAX, 8 takes 6E, and 14 takes right now on the CL. So that's what we have. For our traders, beside asking me log in and help you, do you have any question about the trades right now, please? I want to know if it's any of our members on the Skype. David saying for me the 3-minute C scalper works better for me, and And he said he even increased the target. I'm happy for you. Sure. If is any of our traders sitting on any trades right now on the ES, Tony, are you in or out on the CL? Uh, Anybody on the Nasdaq ES Dow Jones, please let me know so we can cover that. Why sure. Okay. On the YM is same story, folks. Those two yellow lines and a kickback, and look, stopped, coming back to the target, and it is over. The Everything is over on those. Everything is over. The Nasdaq is finished. The ES is finished, and now it is 12 o'clock. You can see the CL. You are Tony. You are a CL trader. If you notice, sir, you have a resistance line at 63.37. Nevertheless, you have another problem at 63.45 on that. So even if we break that very hard area, you can see the CL is struggling to break in that area. Let's say the buyers jump in and broke that area here. You're gonna bump into the same problem, and this is a harder problem at 63.45. So between 63.37 and 45, there is not that much takes, and that is gonna drive you crazy. So if anybody on the CL trade, call it off at 37.30, 36, because you're gonna bump in 7 ticks later. You're gonna have another problem on the CL. So I look forward to see what will happen on the CL next week. Um, so don't forget, guys, on Monday, the sanction against those Iranians is gonna come. So I look forward to look on. It's not my problem, but it will be very fun for us because the CL is gonna move. A lot of traders are expecting the CL to go up to $100, and I don't believe in those analysis. Most of them, they cannot trade a paper bag. But I know one thing, because we have some traders, they trade on some events like this. They love to buy a future option, and I'm expecting this market to go down a little bit at the beginning on the CL, and then gradually is gonna go up. Right now, the Iranians, they are selling the oil $4 below the market price. That's why um, you know um, so there is a flooded oil right now in the market, and the Saudis, they've been prepared for that event for quite time. So the oil is flooded, and I think the market, it will drop next week, and then it gradually is gonna uh, start going up. Depends on who's gonna support our president or not. The Europeans still don't have colors with that, so we will see. We will see what will happen. And so if you want to try to scalp the CL, I strongly advise you not to scalp the CL next week. If you want to trade the CL, try to use the swing trading. And if you want to swing trade the CL, don't do it on Sunday night. Try to swing trade the CL on Monday morning, and like half an hour before the markets open, you can turn on the swing trading, and we will see how things work. I look forward for the CL actually next week. you know. Um, so be careful with the CL traders. You got to be fast next week. And you can see now the CL, it is on exactly where we expecting it's going to have a problem, 63.45. This is a really bumpy ride. If we break that area, we're going to go all the way straight to the 63.67. But look, now the market diving in exactly to this number you see on the chart, 63.45, and the market took a dive. I'm going to be taking a minute. Oh, man. I'm so glad for you, Alex. We have a gentleman. He has nothing to do with the computers to begin with. Very nice guy, an Italian guy. And he don't speak any English. We had to bring him an Italian guy. And the guy cannot see when the market is going up or down. He have no clue. He don't know how to turn on the auto trade. He don't know how to activate his live account. So I refuse to give him support on a live trade. And then this Italian Vito, he told me, I mean, if this guy won it, why not give him support on it? So actually, I had to come in the morning and turn on his auto trade, show him how to activate his live account, and he sent me a love blink, and he nailed on the DAX 2,118 euro, and I think the other one is YM. So um, the guy wanted to jump, and he jumped. And let me see. Okay, and this is, I think, his DAX, and those are live trade, folks. And yeah, the guy refused to go on a sim, so he is. Thank you. Yeah, but I'm still not convinced. I still think you people should. Fatima from Philippines, 412, 420 on the CL. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, that's good. No, do you remember, Vito? You did the translation for that gentleman. I don't want to call names. He just nailed, and you told me to go ahead and turn on his live trade. He did. He made 2,118 euro and 1,060. I think it is a YM. So he did go live, and you told me to go ahead and turn on his auto trade. I did. He's a happy camper, made 3,000 euro today. But I still don't believe in for somebody going and not knowing if he is a plus or minus. I mean, but he's a happy camper. As long as he don't come running to me 2 months later from now, you know. You've been talking to him. Well, he speaks your language. We even brought him a translator to tell him to. I'm very happy for every trader makes money. But if you are a jet skiing and there is sharks under you, Vito, does not mean you're having fun. By being a blind and not see the sharks under your jet ski does not mean you're having a fun. So trading is a very serious business, and you should do your homework. Even if you make money, if you're not aware what's going on, it can bite you later on. I don't believe in that. But if he's happy, he's happy. You know, guys, I'm gonna take 5 minutes of break. I'm bored with this. We are done for today, and I will be looking at those. The YM is still on that trade. ES is still on that trade, and what Nasdaq? Nasdaq, we still on that trade. So all three still on those trades. Yeah. Well, we'll wait till they are closed. I don't know where to. I mean, we don't have enough room to put everything here. Okay. We'll wait on those to close, and then we can. Look, this is the new auto trade, the one we will be talking about. Beautiful exit. This is has nothing to do with the trailing stop. We have the trailing stop off. Beautiful exit. If we look, analyze what's going on the ES, this is the new auto trade, and this is the swing trade in 3 minutes. The 3 minutes is still in that trade, but the new auto trade exited. I like that better than this one. This one is okay. I mean, if you have it all day long, go ahead, sit down with it until it's finished. But I like that. I like the exit. It's very fine exit. You know, very nice entry, very nice exit. That's what's supposed to be. You cannot do better than that manually. In those days, you cannot just use one auto trade and take the whole market. You have to have scalping, swing trading, in between volatility. You just simply cannot take one auto trade and take the whole market with. 5 minutes. I'll be right back. somebody told me that somebody else tried to go live, and then they go. The things is it's not go on a good day like today live on a YouTube. What it is, show me the whole week. You know, so for somebody want to go live on a YouTube for one day because it's good, it's safe. But try to do the same like what we do every day. Then people can see it on a daily basis when the system is making money or is not making money. But you cannot go once a week on a live tube because you're safe today. You cannot do that. Plus you need to run it doing the from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock on 1 minute. You cannot do that. Not too many people can do that. So if you want to go live on a YouTube, you got to show the traders every day on a good day and a bad day so they know what they are expecting to see. You know, as an example, today we started a very yes, Danielle. It shows those we've been running them now for 30 days. Those are the performance on the 30 days. Those all those details, Danielle. We will once we get those filters running and everything, and we will be covering in details how to do that. Right now, I'm not going to be teaching this. Um, what I was gonna, I lost track. Oh. Finally, at the beginning, the scalpers they were having a hard time, and now because why the scalpers has recovered because the market is slow. At the beginning, when I showed you the scalpers, they were having a hard time because the market was moving very fast, and thus is not helping the scalpers when the market moved very fast. At the beginning, the opening it was moving very fast. They were in red, and when the market calmed down, um, you see the scalpers has recovered from the volatility earlier today. So for the guys using the scalpers, I hope you're not going to be using the scalper on a CL next week because you're not going to have a performance on it. If the CL moving a lot, I don't know, but I'm expecting the CL to move a lot. You're going to have a problem scalping the market when the market is flying. We don't know what will happen next week, and I look forward. I've been waiting on those moments for over 2 months when our President Trump said there is a sanction against the Iranians with the oil. I've been dying to see what will happen next week. So I'm expecting a lot of movement, and I'm expecting the swing trading making a lot of numbers. And we said to our customers to train yourself a little bit on a sim with the swing trading because this is next week on Monday. We're going to be seeing probably a lot of movement on the CL, and this is your chance to pack for the no, those are the B, Ben, B scalp. On the new auto trade between the 3 minutes ES and the 5 minutes ES, the 3 minutes closed but the 5 minutes stayed on, which we are mainly gonna be concentrating on the 1 minute and the 3 minutes. I want to teach how to. The reason I wanted the traders to use 1 minute or 3 minutes, so we can keep our stop loss to the minimum. Our stop loss, we have designed it, is no more than 15 and no less than 8 ticks. So maximum stop loss is going to be on the new auto trade is 15, not even 1 tick more, and all the way down to 8 ticks. And then we gonna you have an option with the trailing stop. If you put the trailing stop on 0, folks, that means it's disabled. And we will be covering in details. We're gonna keep it minimize as little as possible. Then on the swing trading, we have the strategy is the news fits in. On this one here, we are designing the news to be on the side for you, so you can read it. Here you cannot read the news. Here you can tell on your swing trading or the scalping to stop trading when there is a news half an hour before, 10 minutes you decide, and then resume trading 5-10 minutes after the news. Let's say you have an oil or unemployment or whatever. On this one here, I don't want it to be automatic. I want it to be visual. So we have a guy is designing the news for you to put in here for you. Then is much better for the trader to read what is the news and then decide if you wanted to deactivate the auto trade or not. So we're not, first of all, we're not gonna make this complication on the entry. There is either limited or a market order. We are dismissing the high, close, low of the bar and all this complicity. We're not gonna. It's gonna be very simple, either market order or a limited order. Very simple, straightforward. So we simplify it, and then I don't want to build in the news in it. I want to put it visually. So this way, and then I want to work with all our traders on our private webinars how to manage the high filter, because the problem is not the auto trade as much as some guys cannot read the market when the market is under a lot of volatility or when the market is flat. This is where the problem is. So this guy, you get him out of a bodega, tell him to auto trade, you turn on the filter for him, and probably he's gonna wind up with 2 trades, 3 trades, but then he's gonna accomplish, or he's gonna get his daily target and call it off. And we're gonna be doing a lot of education on that, a lot of recorded webinar until everybody knows everything about auto trading in and out. And we have a lot of traders asking me to send it out, and they want to help me doing the test. Let me tell you a story with our experience. When before we have done that, we said, okay, go ahead and give a test. We send out over 50 traders to do the test back then. I think it was on a C scalper or A scalper or B. I don't remember which one. Then we have generated tons of support, 24 hours for 3 weeks nonstop. Why? Because that guy don't know even how to trade, and he want to help me testing the auto trade. And then they did not know how to activate it. Then they did not know how to set up the limited order. Then they did not know why it's not, why it is, why. And then the telephone was off the hook, I mean, nonstop. So, all this, thank you very much for your help, but I cannot give the test to one person and avoid 400 people. And if I'm going to send it to 400 people, I'm going to be sitting day and night giving support because a big portion of those people don't know how to auto trade. They think by just turn it on and turn it off. That's not true. It's not to just turn on and turn off. They don't know how to optimize. They don't know how to do the trading stuff. Then they are requesting support. So we are not going to give that system to anyone to test it until it's totally secured and we have done many hours on the private webinar to be educated. So when you have this auto trade in your hand, you know everything about that auto trade, so you will not call on me every 5 minutes. And that is the end of the story. We are providing extra item in the package for the ones who are eligible for it, but you're not gonna be able to talk me into generate many hours. We've been using every day 5 to 6 hours support on on showing people how to load a chart and import files. No matter how many times we teach them, they keep calling. So I'm not gonna be falling into this trap again. And in the same time, we worked hard on this auto trade. I don't want anyone to come and run with it and not hear from him 2 months from now. Until he start having a problem, then he's coming back to me. Which this is the problem. After your Thanksgiving, everything you're looking at in the market is gonna go drop in the performance. Right after you eat your turkey, everything from that day, from the Thanksgiving until Christmas, this market is going to dive into a lot of volatility and the performance on every system is going to drop. And now, if we're going to release it and put it in the go, those guys don't know what they are doing, they're going to rack it. Uh, uh, and then they're going to generate millions of support, and I'm not gonna fall to this trap. You get educated, you learn everything about this auto trade, and then you will have it in your hand. It's not gonna be the other direction. It's not this time. There is a plenty auto trades we have right now. You can do, and also on the scalpers on the NT8, we have added filters in there. And we have asked our traders, if you really want to do support and you want to really help, try to use a replay on the A scalper on NT8 using the filters. I tell you one thing, guys, we said that on every webinar. Until now, we have a gentleman only out of the US called David. He's the only guy did the replay on the scalper. And then I just find out yesterday he did not know how to use the filters. I showed him how to use the filters, and now he is back on it again. Out of every trader sending me to they want to enjoy or they want to help me test in the system, they have not even accomplished to do replay data on an A scalper to test the new filters we have given. So you already have a lot of products in your hand. You have not done your homework. And now you're trying to grab something in you and it's not ready. This is not going to happen in this time. I want every trader want to make sure that he comes into the webinar. He knows everything about this auto trade before I activate his license. We're not asking for money. We are asking for knowledge. So That auto trade, it will never be on the trader's hand until they get educated. I'm sick and tired of doing support, unnecessarily support, or a guy don't know how to auto trade. He just turn it on, run to the kitchen window and look at the sky waiting on the dollar to fall. This is not going to happen. So send a message as much as you want. I'm not going to respond. I have learned that. um, there is a lot system in there. You can do your homework and do your testing for what you have in your package. Like Lee, as an example from Australia, the guy did not know how to auto trade. He's been doing the C scalper, and now he start learning how to manage auto trade. He start learning when to turn on the auto trade, when to turn off the auto trade, and the guy is not even uh, full member yet, and he paid partial, and I'm waiting on him to pay the other partial to release the rest of the system for him. And he learned a lot by using one auto trade how to manage this one here, and now he's fixing to pay off the system. So he learned a lot, but he kept concentrating on one auto trade. So right now on this new auto trade, the 5 minutes has closed and the 3 minutes has closed. That means everything is going to be finished for today. On Monday, we are going to cover something else on Monday. We have two different systems, and it is very important for everyone to show up on Monday, please. And so I would like try to make it on Monday, every member. So we are going to cover a lot. Okay. This is today on the ATM trades, NASDAQ, CL, YM, and ES. Right now we have 913 ticks into the profit based on the last entry, not the whole day, folks. It's based on the last entry signal, and it is based on one contract only. 1 minute, one contract. I'm using one normal minute on this market analyzer based on one contract. A total of 913. It was a little bit over 1,000 ticks based on the last entry signal. So we are doing very, very, very fine. If we look at the trading panel right now for the ES, it is um, this one here. This one here, Daniel. I'm using the auto trade from the market analyzer. This one here. From that market analyzer I'm using. Yes, sir. And that's what I want to cover on Monday. Yes, sir. It's the same number. This one 908 and 907, but I'm using this one here. And that's what I want to show on Monday. The difference between on the bar close or a market order. They're both on a market order, but there is something to do with the market on the bar close, with the signal on the market. The difference between this one and this one here, I will be explaining a lot on Monday, but on the bar close or not, but they are both on a market order. So that's if we notice today on the ES that the short trade is over, and now you can see the buyers over the sellers on the ES. So kiss it goodbye is finished the downtrend, and we have confirmation by this one here. The ES is finished short trade, and this one is finished short trade. That means they are going on a long trade. So those trades are done and over with. And Let me see. Oh, we still have the Nasdaq. Let me see. Oh, okay. On this one here. Okay, so guys, I want to say thank you very much for today. It was a beautiful day, and God bless you all. And um, uh, if you're done for today, please don't try to activate yourself and lose everything you made earlier today. See you, private webinar, members only Monday, and then we go back on the YouTube on Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock. God bless you all, and wish you a very, very pleasant weekend. Bye for now.